Welcome to Past and Present Tech. I'm Sean. Today we're going to be talking about my 2010 Mac Pro and the upgrades and the value I still believe that this machine still even offers after 10 years since this computer has been made. First off, they'll upgrade the processors in this machine to the fastest spec, being two Intel Xeon X5690s at 3.46 gigahertz, so it's got 12 cores. Of upgrading the RAM to 96 gigabytes, which is the best configuration, I believe, as it allows you access to use it in triple channel. If I maxed it out to 128, I would be stuck at using dual channel. And as you can see, I'm running Catalina thanks to DOS Dude and his patchers. And at this time, as I'm recording, Big Sur is now in beta, at least for a public beta. So hopefully DOS Dude will be able to get that work on this machine and hopefully not have as many issues doing the updates as I had with a Catalina, because I had to keep doing reinstalls every time a point version came out. But I'll go for some benchmarks. I think a good starter, I use the Heaven benchmark, and at 1080p the score it gave was 1962, and they rendered using OpenGL with pretty much every preset. I did every preset I could, and average FPS was 77.9, the min was 9, and the maximum was 178.5. But where this machine really shines is at 1600p, or 1600 by 900. My average FPS went to 86.2 with a higher score of 2171, the mid being 9, and the max being 211.5, with all the same settings as before. And I have a Cinebench, and I ran it through a couple of times, and as of Catalina 15.6 or 10.15.6, the best, after a couple of runs, my average was 3,391, which is still really impressive. And using Geekbench 5, my metal score was 45,826. With OpenCL, my score went up to 54,674. And doing the CPU scoring on it, it was single score for a single core was 675, which is not really that impressive. But for the multi-core, it still shines, as it's got a score of 6,943. So I still say it's competitive with the modern Macs of today. And the video card that I have in this machine currently is the MSI Radeon RX 5700. The reason why I picked this card out of many other, the Mech variant, was because it only uses a single 8-pin for power. And if you open up Mac Pro, or you'll notice that, at least on this particular model and a lot of the previous generations, for the PCI Express power, you only have a single 6-pin. So I got a dual 6-pin cable, well, a dual 6-pin to 8-pin for $6, as the card originally had two ATI Radeons 5700, which was the most expensive configuration you could at the time, even though Apple offered a better option at the time. Because the last cards that were official support was the HD 7950 Mac Edition and the GTX 680 Mac Edition, and those cards can't really compete with the performance that this card offers for the value for the money. But I flashed my card to the 57XT firmware, and I was able to get the little bit better performance that I showed through my benchmarking scores. I mean, if you don't decide to flash this card, this is a great option if you still have a 4,1 or a 5,1 like me. So now I go into what I've spent on this machine. I picked up the Mac itself at Goodwill. Probably, I know, like, seems too good to be true, because this machine is pretty much in very good condition. I picked it up for $100, as it had a RAID card they included, which was much me at $200, but the card didn't work, and the battery was $100. They gave me a break. The video card I paid $360, which I looked on average, that's still about what it goes for now. There's an optional option that I did was upgrade the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. On eBay you can find it. Was $110. The CPUs I got together were $168, and I paid $89 for the RAM and $6 for the cable, and I got a terabyte SSD using PCI Express. So altogether I've spent $963, but for a high-end Mac, this is still a great value machine, and especially since they're doing the transition, I'm sure this machine will come cheap. And I do hope the 2013s eventually drop in price so I can pick one up and see how it can score to it. But in conclusion, I would say if you're looking for a Mac, you want user upgradability, as you have easy access to everything. You can put in a regular 3.5-inch hard drive. You can put in a, it's kind of obsolete at this point, you can put in an optical drive in it if you need to. I mean, there's just so many options that this Mac can do versus the 2013 can't. So that's why I say it's a really good value. But I'll give you some more benchmark scores, or at least to see in terms of like Macs to compare it to. But if you look up the Luke Miani channel, like, he has a whole bunch of Macs that he's tested and compared them to. Like, he did a Hackin Mac Pro, which uses a Radeon 7, which is right now is the best card, at least if Apple allows the newer generation cards that are coming out from AMD, is they're getting rid of the dedicated graphics and started to switch to the Apple Silicon. So hope this video helped you out if you're at least interested in the Mac Pro, or if you already have a Mac Pro, maybe you'll consider doing upgrades to it. Anyway, have a great day and look forward to more videos.